Aloha everybody! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Carmen. I am your Broadway stitcher. If this is your first time, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know I owe you guys a Hawaii recap kind of thing, trip or episode with Hawaii, and I promise it's coming. It's just, as you can imagine, it was a big trip. And I'm still getting my head around it, still trying to readjust back to my normal times here. It's been a week, so we're almost there, but still, it's a 6-hour difference between the mainland and Hawaii, and whew, yeah, you can feel that sucker. So what I want to do today is Sunday, September 30th, yes, so we are closing out the month of September. Oh, how sad. Oh. So October, so only 3 months to go for the entire year. Oh, isn't that crazy? Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I'm doing today is we're gonna talk about two things. We're gonna talk about quilts and fabrics, because in addition to cross stitch and needlepoint and all that other fun stuff, I'm also a quilter. I don't quilt as much right now because in my apartment, my dining table is also my craft table, and there's not much space here. So unfortunately what happens if I want to sew, I have to do this whole thing about clearing the table, bringing my sewing machine out, putting the additional table out, which is not that big of a deal, but it's an add-on little clear thing, so you have a bigger sewing space. So it's a big deal. And then you gotta get the iron ready and the cutting mat and cutting boards and all that. So anyways, long story short, I don't quilt as much, but I wasn't going to lose the opportunity of being in Hawaii and not buying fabric, right? Because there's gonna be some Hawaiian styled fabric that you know I'm going to need to have. So I'm gonna talk about those things, and then of course, because we are Broadway Stitcher, today is definitely a Broadway day, friends. Today in the Times Square area, in the Schubert Alley area, which is between 44th and 45th Street, many great theaters in that area. There was a little thing called the Broadway Flea, or the Broadway Flea Market. So I went thrifting, yay! Broadway style, that is. I know you all go thrifting, and you guys are so lucky you have good thrift stores in your area. The ones here in New York City suck. Yeah, to be honest. Nothing good, at least not in my area. And I'm not gonna go, I'm not gonna take a train ride an hour away in Queens or Brooklyn. It's just too much of a hassle. Anyways, so that happened today, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of haul. I'm gonna show you some pictures, maybe a little video. We'll see what I put in. And I'll give you more details in just a minute. I am wearing a Hawaii memento, which we actually made these on the ship. It's actually a kukui nut lei, L-E-I, for all you dirty minds. The kukui nut is, it's not native to the Hawaiian Islands. It was brought over by the Polynesians when they came over to Hawaii. But it is basically a miracle nut. It's amazing. So actually, let me take it off. So this is the shell of the kukui nut. I know it looks like it's plastic, and trust me, we all think that it's plastic, but it's not. They just polish it really well. There's some processing plant now, actually in China, not in Hawaii, but anyways, these are real kukui nuts. What has happened is they've drilled through them so that we can actually string them along. And the nut inside has been taken out. So that's why it's safe to transport. On the way back from Hawaii to the mainland, which is what they call the lower 48, USDA inspection, want to make sure we don't bring in anything dangerous to the rest of the country, and vice versa, right? So going to Hawaii, there was also some sort of inspection going on, because it is an island. So if you bring something harmful, there's nothing for that. There's nothing for it to, no place for it to go. So once it comes on island, you're kind of screwed, right? Ugh. So think of something that's pandemic and it has no place to go. It's in the island and it's stuck there. So they're very cautious about what comes in and what goes out of the islands. In addition, I learned Australia and New Zealand, especially New Zealand. Wow, you guys have even more restrictions. It's fantastic because you have to protect, right? You're also islands in the middle of the great big ocean. So they're very protective about what they allow to come back into the country. For example, plants, fruits, soil, because you know, in the soil, you can bring back bugs and who knows, all kinds of nasty stuff, right? So anyways, tangent again, but fun things you learn while you're in vacation in the United States. Still, Hawaii is the United States. Okay, so kukui nut, fantastic. It is used by the natives. They also call it the candlelight nut because the oil that's inside this nut is amazing. If you put a little wick in it, you drill a little hole, put a little wick in it, it'll burn for about 2 hours, 1 or 2 hours. So you know, you have your little candle right here. Boom, all natural. The kukui nut, the oil from the nut is fantastic. It has a lot of healing powers, very good for you. They also have a fun name for the kukui nut, which is the 3-2-1 nut. What they say is eat 3 of these and your number 2 becomes a number 1. So yeah, do not eat the nuts. I forget if they process it or they roast it if it's okay. But yeah, don't eat the nuts because yeah, they will make your number 2 a number 1. That's fantastic. But lots of uses for this. Like I said, the oil can burn, so they also would drip the oil out, put it on torches, and so then, you know, you'd have a flashlight. So amazing nut. Get yourself one. Funny that the way I'm putting it over my head is actually not the way leis should be placed on your head. So I'll talk about that in my other video, but it's so interesting. And you know, you're gonna get all these interesting lore of the islands. But anyways, go to Hawaii, it's fantastic. I definitely recommend doing a cruise because you island hop, so you see the big 4 islands, and it's a lot of fun. And you don't have to pack and unpack and worry about, you know, getting to the airport, renting cars, blah blah blah. All right, but all that information I'm going to talk about in the Hawaii recap video. But let's get back to fabrics. Okay, I limited myself to 2 stores because I only have so much space in my luggage. I left home with 13 or 14 pounds of space in my suitcase. It was all full by the time I get back. Obviously, not just with fabric and whatnot, but you know, the macadamia nuts, the chocolates, the coffees, all the other gifts for everybody, blah, blah, blah. But I did go a little overboard. Whoops. Okay, so let's begin. The first quilt store I visited was in Maui, and whoops, that's my haul. I actually bought 13 pounds of fabric. I have a little hand scale thing for your luggage, which is fantastic, let me tell you. So I'd weighed both of these bags at the end of the ship, end of the cruise, and it was 13 pounds. You know what? I am helping the local economy, so shop small. Okay, anyways, bought lots of stuff, fell in love with everything I saw, of course. So the reason I wanted to go to this one, okay, so the place is called So Special, and here's the name, S-E-W Special. It is in Maui. This was really nice because it was very close to the ship, and we actually rented a car there for the rest of the stuff I'll tell you there. But one of the reasons is I wanted to go to the quilt store. I told my friend, please, I need like 90 minutes of the store. That way I don't buy too much stuff, but it gives me a good enough time to look around. It was so cool. The store is in a shopping center, and it's an open air shopping center. It's like the ceiling is just a sun cover more than an actual physical, you know, end-to-end cover. So there's really not a lot of air conditioning per se. No, all right, let me take that back. So in the common areas, there's no air conditioner-ish, and this is not law, but like many tropical locations, like in Nicaragua, where I'm from, we don't have central air in a lot of older places. Now the new apartments that are being built, the newer shopping centers, things like that. But in the houses I've always lived in there, and when I visit, we don't have central air in the house. You open all the windows, you open the doors, the wind, it's quite windy. And it was pretty windy in Hawaii and all the islands. And so you get a lot of fresh air, but you also have kind of like the window air conditioners, or just for the rooms and things like that. But anyways, the stores themselves in the shopping center had air conditioning within the store itself, but it was an open air type of scenario. Very, very cool. First time I've seen, is it first time? Yeah, I think so. First time I've seen a quilt store inside a shopping center. Like think, you know, where you have the Macy's and the Sears and the Kohl's and all those shopping centers. But anyways, getting back to the fabric. Okay, so walked into the store. I had looked at their website previously, so I knew what kind. So I already had in mind something that I was going to buy, which was the welcome. So I'm trying to. They have a welcome, and it's pretty cool because it's just two fabrics. So you see here, there's a red and a yellow, and the way you get that is you cut out. So you take the big piece of red and you cut out pieces. And I'm not explaining it well at all. It's really easy. It's not that hard at all. It's almost like a reverse applique kind of thing. And it's a lot of fun. It's very easy. So I bought that. And the fabric for that, I don't remember which one I'm going to use. Shoot. All right. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. If I remember, if I took a picture of the one I saw, I'll post it right there. The next thing I purchased was the row by row. So this is their row by row. This year's theme was music. And so it's the Song of Maui. I'll have to read to see if there's anything. So their designer, I saw their designer and he was in the store, but I didn't pay until after he had left, so I couldn't get him to sign my pattern. Oh, pooey. If you don't know what row by row is, this is a quilt shop hop, sort of. What they do is they pick a theme for the year, and then every participating quilt store will create a panel for something that's, you know, close to where they are. So this is in Hawaii. There are whales in Hawaii, so you know there's the whales singing, and you know whales sing very pretty nice. I don't know what the technical term is for the sounds they make, but let's say they sing, yeah. And that came, they have options, right? And that came as a kit. So I got all the fabrics. They look a lot better in person. It's pretty close. The cool thing is this fabric, look how neat that looks. Doesn't that already look like waves? So if you look, that's the background fabric. And that's coming pretty good. Okay, so there's that, yay. The other thing I got was this pattern. Isn't that bag beautiful? It's from So Many Creations. It's the All Around Tote. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, the fabric I'm gonna use for that, and I love blue. So basically my wardrobe is blue. And if I have a chance to wear blue, I will. And then I saw this fabric and I fell in love with it, and I just had to have it. So here you go. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Yay. Okay, so that's going to be the main fabric. And if you look in the pattern, it's this fabric right here. Yeah. And then I was talking with one of the workers there, one of the ladies, and where's my black? Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry. And we're gonna match it with some Kona black. Yay! And if you're not familiar, Kona is just it's either the fabric designer or the line of fabric. They're fantastic solids, excellent color solids. These are a very black. So that's gonna be the bottom. And then for the straps, let me bring back the pattern. So this is gonna be the blue. This is gonna be black. And in the pattern, they used that cork fabric, but I don't like it. I think it's just gonna rip too easily, especially being on the base. So I'm gonna use that black fabric. And then instead of making the straps, which is easy enough, I bought black webbing. Is it called webbing? The strap material. And I have it, I can't find it right now. I know it's somewhere over there. But that's what I'm gonna use for that. And then for the inside, it was either gonna be this. Oh, that's coming out terrible. It's not that bright. Maybe back here. This guy or this guy. I don't remember which one. But anyways, it's gonna be a very light color. Then for buying as much as I did, and my friends got some stuff, so we got some free fat quarters. What I love from their store is this print design. Turtles. Yeah, turtles are big in Hawaii. And it's blue, yay. But because I can't take just one, I grabbed the orange. Woo. Don't know what I'm gonna do with those, but I'm building my stash posts, yeah. Then, and I think you should have all seen this picture on my Instagram if you follow me. Yay, I hope you do. Because you can see a lot more pictures of stuff. Voila. Yep, I bought one of each. These are the colors of my toenails right now. So I'll insert the picture that I posted on Instagram so you can see. Yeah, it matches my toenails. So of course had to get those. And this one, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it again, but it's blue and I love it. So, there you go. Oh, it's gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And then these, more of this, which I just love. More red, yay. And then this may have been from the other place. I don't remember, to be honest. But look how cute. Pineapples, another thing that's very Hawaiian. Pineapples. Dole plantation. Yeah, Hawaii. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but who knows. Okay, what else did I do? Okay, so that was Maui. So let's move on. Now we talk about thrifting. Thrifting, woohoo! Broadway style, woo! Jazz hands. So here in New York City, we have an organization called BCEFA, Broadway Care / Equity Fights AIDS. It's an organization that helps out people who are fighting AIDS. It's also grown into helping other kinds of organizations. For example, there's some women's shelters, I believe. There's a whole slew of fantastic work that they do. And one of the fun things for us theater goers is that BC Equity Fights AIDS puts on a bunch of events throughout the year. They do Miscast, which is a show where females will sing or perform male roles and vice versa, right? So for example, Ben Platt, who was in Dear Evan Hansen and the Pitch Perfect movies, for those of you who are moviegoers, he did, along with 5 other guys, did the Jailhouse number. Oh, he had it coming. He had it coming from Chicago, and that was fantastic. So look it up on YouTube. They have them all there. That's one of the things they do an Easter, what's called Easter Bonnet, which is fantastic. And then they have a whole slew of events. Pride Month in June, when you have all the Broadway, the playbills with the multicolored flag on top, that's also run by them. In November, I think, is when we do, maybe not November, October, November, something soon. They'll have another benefit month where they'll take donations at the end of the show. So after curtain call, the actors will give a little speech, and then they'll auction things off, or they'll sell things. So like a playbill signed by the entire cast, or a show poster signed by the entire cast, or a cast signed by the entire cast. Dear Evan Hansen, and go take a look on YouTube, people. Oh my God, it's crazy. One year, well, last year, they were auctioning off the cast that Ben Platt would wear during the show. Wow, holy crap. I forget what the one that went the most for was, and it was towards the end of Ben's run, so it would have been sometime in November, I think. I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars, people. But anyways, so they do a fantastic job. They have a whole bunch of events throughout the year. The one that they had this weekend is called the Broadway Flea Market. So as you can imagine from the term, it is a lot of goodies for a good amount of, a good price, right? So older playbills, oh my God, it's like going through the stacks. It's fantastic. Sometimes they have show memorabilia, sometimes they have props from the shows, you know, shoes from the shows, costumes, things like that. A lot of memorabilia. So what they do is they halfway close off 2 streets, 44th and 45th Street, and then Schubert Alley, which crosses them. And they have tables. Some shows have tables, Lion King. So this year, Lion King, Wicked, Hamilton, Dear Evan Hansen, Mean Girls was the big new one. Pretty Woman was over in the corner. Those were the big ones. And then other companies. So I don't know. Equity. I don't think Equity was there. Some of the unions were there. Some of the other Broadway related companies were there. And it's so much fun. They have t-shirts, you know, playbills, signed playbills, unsigned playbills. Some of the theater companies were there. For example, Second Stage was there, so they had signed playbills of their more recent shows, things like that. There's also autograph tables, so you can do a donation of, I think it was $35, and you go through the autograph table, and they have actors come in at 50-minute increments. So they'll be there for the 50 minutes, and whoever goes in line, you can get something autographed, which is fantastic. They also have a selfie booth, which is also fantastic, right? So I went last year for the first time, and it was crazy. So think a mashup between a flea market, right, which is what it is, eBay, because they'll have limited items, and you have a lot of people there, a lot of fanatic people. And I count myself as a fan, yes. And then, so you have limited quantities, so you have an eBay kind of thing, you have flea market, eBay, you have thousands of people who are just fanatic about everything, and you have some great merchandise. So it's a lot of fun. You have to be careful because you can really get caught up in the moment. And last year, I bought more, but you know what? I'm in an apartment, so I already know I can't buy the lobby poster, right? That's bigger and taller than I am, which is good. But, oh my God, they have some fun stuff. Dear Evan Hansen was actually auctioning off another cast. So that's pretty cool. And then they have, at the end of the day, they have auctions. Oh my God, people, wow, shit. Woo-wee. Last year, it was so much fun. They had some chandeliers from the Great Comet. So the Great Comet setting is 19th century Russia, kind of like a speakeasy type of setting. So dark and mysterious with these great chandeliers. They auctioned off live at the end of the day a chandelier plus like a thing of caviar signed by somebody, I forget who, probably Josh Groban. This thing went out for, I want to say $28,000, $30,000, something like that. I'll put the amount here. It was crazy, but it was so much fun to watch. Way out of my budget, but still fun. Okay, so this year I went later in the day because it's from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. There's not enough for you to stay the whole day perusing, but there's good things in the morning, and then towards the end of the day they want to get rid of things, so sometimes they'll knock down prices, which is great, but you know, everything's been rifled through for the whole day. So this year I really am proud of myself because I did not spend a lot of money. Yay! But I still got some cool stuff, right? So blah blah. Oh, and some collector cards. I'll grab those in a second. All right. Coolest thing I got this year, by far. Check that out. Woo, baby. It's an eyeglass case. That is all Broadway shows. Yeah. And the cool thing about this, even cooler, is this. Yep. I can clean my glasses with some of the coolest Broadway shows ever. Yeah. And I'm a bit picky about when I see things like this, right? The collages of all the shows. If there's shows that I don't like and I'm like, half of those shows I don't like, blah, 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 then I won't get it. But I'm really impressed. Well, they pick some great shows, right? Obviously, they're going to pick the better shows. So, yay. You know, it's that soft material that's not going to hurt your glasses. But yeah, very cool. Okay, so that was pretty neat. And that was, I want to say it's $5? $5 or $10. So very, very cheap. Actually, I think it was $5. Yeah, super cheap. And it's a very hard case, which is great. That's how I like to take my glasses when I go on vacation. And the nice thing about this size is I can actually put some contacts in there. Yay. Okay, then I got some stickers. Woohoo. It was a set. And I am proud to be a musical theater addict. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. This is from Something's Rotten. Oh my God, best speech ever, right? If you guys saw the Tony Awards last year, this is Ben Platt's Tony acceptance for lead actor in a musical. The things that make you strange are the things that make you powerful. Oh. So you know what? Be yourself. Be strange. It's fantastic. And you know what show this is from, my friends. I am not a simple sponge. Yes. The best, the pineapple that lives under the sea, Bikini Bottom. So SpongeBob has clothes. But I'll tell you this, I was visiting Pineapples right around the time it closed, so at least I was in the environment and I loved it. All right, next thing I got were these. God, cool. So we have, in New York City, you see a lot of alliances. Everybody bands together, which is fantastic, right? Because community over competition, right, Michelle? So this one is Broadway Makers Alliance. So there's people who make Broadway things or Broadway related stuffs. And in the other video, I'm gonna show you the pins. Oh my God, they're so fantastic. They're fantastic. I made them into needle minders. But anyways, so there's a few sellers who have gotten together, all Broadway related. This one is coloringbroadway.com. Coloring Broadway? Yeah, coloringbroadway.com. This, and I got a set. It's a set of 4, and here it is. This is the 2017 Tony Best Musical nominee note cards. Whew. Okay. Each one is it's a lovely note card, right, with its envelope. And ooh, sorry for the brightness, folks. There we go. Okay. Sorry for that. This one says, "I'm ready to wake up." That is the great comment. Did not win. You are here at the edge of a moment. Oh, love. Come from away. Oh, the 9/12 musical. Oh, easily could have won as well, but it was a very good year last year. My lovey, lovey, lovey. You gotta love life. You gotta love life insurance. So that's Groundhog Day. Oh my goodness, sorry. Coloring these are just so funky. And the winner of the 2017 Best Musical, Dear Evan Hansen. Oh yeah, baby. You Will Be Found. Oh my God. Whew. Talk about an Act 1 closer. Whoo-wee. Let me tell you, if you are not in tears at the end of Act 1 of Dear Evan Hansen, check your tear ducts. Seriously. Are any of you collectible card collectors? Have any of you been to Comic-Con? Oh my God, that's so fantastic. It is so much fun. If you ever get a chance to go to a Comic-Con, go to it. Even if you're not a diehard sci-fi fan, go. I went to the San Diego one. I also went in Miami, but that was an X-Files convention. And then I also went, did I go to New York? I don't think I've been to the one here. But there's one here in New York City. Oh, right? Oh my God, Comic-Cons are the best things. One of the things you'll find there is collectible cards, right? You know what I'm talking about? So lots of movies, lots of games, TV shows, things like that will have a collectible card. So you buy a pack. It's a series of cards. So there's 60, let's say there's 60 cards, right? And those are the regular cards. They're easy to compile a pack, or a set is the right word. So those will usually talk about the show or the movie, give you the, little pictures from each thing. Then you'll have more collectible cards, and then you have really rare cards. Sometimes you'll have signature cards where it'll be signed by the actors, or some of them will include a piece of clothing. So the X-Men cards, which I have, that's why I know, they included a piece of the costume. So it was pretty cool. So of course, Broadway is no different. Broadway has collectible cards. Yes, people, it's a real thing. It's called Lights of Broadway. There's a drawing artist. His name is Squigs, or that's what he goes by. And he makes all these Broadway related cards. So whenever a new show opens, there's usually a card for that. And I'm talking Broadway shows because, there's otherwise off Broadway, there would be way too many shows. He'd be drawing all year long. But anyways, he puts out cards every so often. And then they have a whole table because this is, and I believe it is part of BCEFA. But anyways, Lights of Broadway cards. They have a special pack, yay, just released right now, and they called it the preview pack. These are shows that are either on their way to Broadway, for example, one that I did go see out of town, Dave, with Drew Gelling. This is the one that I saw in DC. So when I did my out of town engagement, that was one of the shows I saw. And so they did a round, which is fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. Moulin Rouge, yes. And this one was signed by Danny Burstein. So the pack was 20 bucks, I think. And then this was an upgrade. So if I wanted the one that was signed by him, it was $5 more. You know what? It's all for good. It's all for a good cause. It's all for charity. Let's do it. The other 3 cards were Be More Chill, which just finished its off-Broadway run here. I'm going to talk about that show because it went, the fandom is crazy, and the way that the fandom has been built is even crazier. It's fantastic, right? Rags to riches story. I won't say rags to riches, but it's a pretty cool way that could only happen because the internet exists. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Lempicka, I haven't seen this, so I'm gonna have to find more information. And The Prom, and that's coming pretty soon. So you either see things in focus or you see them really bright. Sorry. So those were a set of 5 cards, and I got the extra for Danny Burstein. And those were my purchases. So I really did well. Not a lot of volume because remember, 400 square feet apartment, no lobby posters for me, my friends. Okay, so those are it for me. Those were my purchases. I'm very, very pleased because volume-wise, Look, let me show you. Let me regather everything I bought. That's it. Oh, sorry, one more card. That's it. Yay! This is 400 square foot apartment approved. All right, let's get back to quilting because, ooh, boy, did I go nuts in Kona. Yep, big kahuna. Okay, are you guys ready for this? Holy crap. In Kona, there is a quilt store. Kona was gorgeous, by the way. I think of all the places we stopped in or we disembarked from, all our ports of call, yes, that's the right word. All our ports of call, I think I identified most with Kona. We'll talk more about that in the other one. But anyways, there is a quilt store in Kona. It's called Quilt Passion. And quilting on the beach. This is called a row by row license plate. Is that what they call it? What do they call it? Oh, they call it fabric plate, sorry. It's part of the row by row that I explained a little while back. And in addition to the panel with the kit, so you can get the kit or just the pattern, they also have, oh, where are you? There you go. These little pieces of fabric, it's just a piece of fabric, license plate kind of things, and some stores go really, really creative on their expression. So quilting on the beach, fantastic. That's Hawaii's license plates. It's the Aloha State with rainbows on their license plates. Oh my gosh, fantastic. And there you go. Okay, you ready? Okay, here we go. Holy shit. Yeah. This is going to be the pattern store or the kit store. Oh man, I love these kits. So everything you see, you fall in love with, obviously, right? And it was so hard to restrain myself. And you know what? There's two things I don't even have here. So let's get started. How about we say aloha with some turtles? Yes. Here's the kit. That's pretty. That's not bad. Glare on there. Coolest thing about the kit, right, is it's all pre-cut shapes. Yay! So the applique that goes on there is turtles. Yep, Ertle the turtle. There you go, Mr. Turtle. And then all the letters to spell out aloha. That's a huge time saver. Here's the O. You know, just they're laser cut letters, or pieces, sorry. I'm the type of person that I see a quilt and that's how I want it. I don't want to think about, if I like it and it's stunning, that's how I want it. I don't want to have to think about color conversion or fabrics or blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. Give me the kit because I'm going to buy it. And maybe I'll make it, maybe I won't. Because I went to Alaska 2 years ago and kind of did the same thing. And how much have I made from there? Nothing. But it's in my retirement stash. Oh yes, baby. All right, the next one, by far my favorite. Oh my gosh, guys, it's gonna be gorgeous. And I don't remember if I took a picture, but if I did, I'm gonna put it right here. Wow. Oh. So as you know, I don't know, sorry. Let me not assume what you do or do not know about Hawaii. The flowers, the colors of flowers are just gorgeous. One of the flowers that they have, and I don't know if it's indigenous or not, the bird of paradise. So this is a quilt called A Bit of Paradise. Oh, how beautiful is that? And no, the pictures are not gonna do justice. Look at these colors. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? And look at the fabric. It's turtles, more turtles. And I forget if this one was a store exclusive or not. All right, next one is Geico's, and I just want to see what this is called. It's called Hanging About. So it's 3 Geico's. Fabrics are super cute. This was my favorite. Well, This is the one I fell in love with on their website when I was previewing what I was gonna buy. It's called Herd of Turtles. I know I took a picture of this, so look up here, because these are the fabrics. The darker fabric, yes. The lighter fabric is different, I think. But it's this fabric. It's the turtles. And just the coordinating light fabric. How beautiful is that? Oh my God. And it's one of those easier, I won't say easy. It's one of those easier ones because you cut out the pieces of one fabric and applique them on top. And then you finish up the thing. Oh, you know what? Here we go. Okay, I bought this fabric. It doesn't come out good. It's lighter than this fabric. And you can see it's lighter, right? There you go. That's better coloring. And that's the color that I showed you on the picture. This and this fabric, yeah? But in the kit, they had this and this fabric, which is fine too. But you know what? I had to get some. But, and I'm not sure if this was by me. Fuck. Look at those two round things. And they're not completely round, so I can't tell if this was some item in my suitcase that just hit up on it, but I don't think so. But it is only in that one spot, and this was a cut length. So it wasn't like this was pre-cut, I think. So it probably was something that I had in my bag, in my luggage, that just made that print, but because it's right in the middle. But anyways, I'll figure out what to do with it. Okay, and then some loose fabric, right? More turtle. This one is a shop exclusive. They sold out all right, I may get this wrong, but it's one of these. The story is that the shop or the designer went out of business and they bought out all the stock. I think it was this one. How freaking gorgeous is that? Oh my God. Oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But look at this. Oh, wow. Oh, it's like fireworks, but it's not. It's the flower. Oh, and I forget the name of the flower, and I'm trying to see which way is up. There you go. Oh, how beautiful is that? Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. So then I said, you know what? How cool would it be if I do some project bags? Maybe? So I bought some fabric. Look at this one. It's really cool because, and let's see if I can get a good coloring. It's grays and there's a border of brown around the pineapple. Ooh, how cool is that, right? So that I'm going to match with this. Seashells. Yay! So we were looking for a coordinating fabric for this, and it's really tough because the lighter portion is not quite white, it's not quite cream, there's also a brown, and you have the gray. So we found this one, and I really liked it. It is a little busy, but if you look at it from a little bit back, it kind of reads solid. So it's not so busy, I think, that it'll overwhelm it. And anyways, if I do the project bag, it'll be something like this where you only get a strip of the brown, so you can really focus on this. Or you'll get the back, which will be this. So I think that's gonna be great for showcasing it. Oh, actually, I lied. Whoops. I think this was the combination we decided on. Yeah, that looks better, I think. Maybe, I don't know. You know, it's all good. I may make two and just switch them all around. So this one, this is Simple Dots batiks. I love batiks. I just really like the I don't know, the hominess, not the hominess, but the homemadeness of it. But prints are also gorgeous. Like these seashells. Look at that. Oh man, I'm getting pretty good color. So these are, look at those shells. And that I think is gonna go with the shells. I think that's what these were gonna go with. So they're both shells. They're both pretty busy, but I think it'll work. So we'll see. You know what? I'll play around when I'm doing it and we'll see what happens. So some fish this time. Another batik, yay. And then some prints. And I don't remember how these went. So I'm just gonna pick a pair and show you, and maybe that's what comes out. So first pair, look how cute. Super, super cute. So this one, I may just pair it with a yellow that you saw the other day. But if not, I'll pair it with this orange. Super fun. Another fun beach fabric, and that can go with either the blue or the red. So maybe I'll do one with red and one with blue. We'll see. Or maybe I won't do any at all. Whew. Okay, 2 more patterns I gotta show you. Gotta go grab them, be right back.